Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Today's video going to be a bit of a roundup of lots and lots of transfer stories, comings and goings linked to Celtic. As yet, absolutely nothing concrete, and these all appear to be stories from a variety of newspaper sites, Celtic fan sites, professional Celtic pundits, and as is not too unexpected, in this spell before the transfer window opens on Friday in 3 days' time, there are lots of names being circulated as being linked to Celtic, lots of names being linked as being scouted by Celtic, but it doesn't appear that we have made any concrete offers that have been accepted, either by players who are free agents or by clubs either to sell a player to us or for us to sell a player to them. However, there are lots of stories linking Celtic players coming and going, and so I thought I would do a wee video today to update on that, and also a wee update on a new feature available through the channel, a completely optional thing, and we'll come to that later. So, in terms of players potentially coming to the club, Celtic are said to be exploring the option of bringing Martin Dubravka from Newcastle to Celtic to be Joe Hart's replacement. Dubravka, obviously a very experienced English Premier League goalkeeper, but it does look like Newcastle are planning to bring in Trafford from Burnley as his replacement, and it would appear Newcastle are happy to let Dubravka move on. Celtic are said to be linked. He's a current international, 35 years old, and was said to be on £40,000 a week at Newcastle, and so all those clearly are good factors for Celtic. Haven't done a video on him yet because, as I said, these links are purely speculation and based on a few news stories here and there, some of which do appear to be from creditable sources. Another player that in the last 24 hours that has been linked to Celtic, player that I have to admit is new to me, a player called Flavius Daniliuc, who is a current Austrian international, 23-year-old centre-back. He appears to have been a previous youth player at both Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Has moved quite a few times despite the fact he's only 23. Currently is contracted to Salernitana of now Serie B. They got relegated apparently this week. It's expected he will be leaving that club. He has currently recently been on loan at Salzburg, and they are thought to be favourites to sign him. That does sound quite reasonable given the fact that he's a 23-year-old Austrian. However, Celtic have been apparently scouting Daniliuc, and we will see whether Celtic follow through with an actual offer. But I suspect, given Daniliuc being a young Austrian international, he may well look to make the deal to go back to Red Bull Salzburg permanent rather than being a loan as it is at the moment. Interesting player that is said to be linked to Celtic is Tommy Conway, 21-year-old player currently playing for Bristol City. He made his full Scottish international debut a few days ago, coming on as a sub against Finland, and is currently off in Germany as part of Scotland's Euro 24 squad. As I said, playing for Bristol City, he's now going into the final year of his contract. He has turned down several new contracts from Bristol City and is very keen to move away from there and seek higher levels of football. His record in the season just ended, 23-24, 43 games, 12 goals, 1 assist, and over his Bristol City career, 92 games, 25 goals, 6 assists, and has one under 21 goal for Scotland in 5 caps. 6'1", 21 years old, is a player who is two-footed, a lot of speed, also good in the air, and looks like an Adam Idah style player rather than a Kyogo style player, and clearly now that he's a full Scottish international and keen to get away from Bristol, he will be the subject of quite a number of bids, as well as Celtic. It's said that Wolves and Brentford and Leicester and Rangers are all very actively looking at signing him, and so we'll see whether the interest from Celtic develops into a formal bid. No actual highlight reels available as yet for Tommy Conway. I dare say if the transfer speculation hots up, one or two of the professional scouting channels will do some videos for him, and if they do, I'll do my best to get any extracts copyright freed so that I can share them with you. And one final story regarding a player potentially coming to Celtic is just a wee update on the Adam Idah saga. It is said that Celtic and Norwich have been in negotiations and that there is an agreed transfer fee currently of £6 million. However, that has been put on hold for several weeks because the new Norwich manager, Johannes Hoff-Thorup, who took over about a week, 10 days ago, has decided he wants to see all of his current squad in pre-season, do a full analysis of all the players available to him, see who he wants to keep, who he wants to leave, and who he wants to bring in to replace them or add to his squad. And as it looks like for the next several weeks, once Norwich's pre-season opens up, that Idah will be under scrutiny going into the training and then the pre-season friendlies with Norwich. And it does look like any move with regards to signing Adam Idah might well have to wait until early or mid-August. And it is said by Celtic insiders that Brendan Rodgers is not willing to wait that long to make his move to bring in an extra striker or two to go with Kyogo. So I suspect that unless Norwich move more quickly, Celtic will be moving on to look at other options open to them, which may well open up moves for Tommy Conway or even rekindle the moves for Matthias Kiesgarden or Sidney van Hooijdonk, who Celtic were said to be very interested in this time last year. Before we crack on with the stories regarding players rumoured to be leaving Celtic in the next few weeks, I thought I would just do a wee quick update on the David67 channel. Now that we're at level 2 as a YouTube creator, YouTube have indicated I should open up the channel to membership and offer one or two wee members only perks. And so you may well see with the videos, etc., and on the channel, the join button, and there's also a button for super thanks. Now, all these things are entirely optional. There is absolutely no obligation to join the channel. The channel will continue exactly as it is. I'll do my best to do a video every day or at least every 2 days. I'll carry on doing all the daily trivia questions, the regular polls on the channel to discuss issues, and I'll carry on replying as quick as I can and as fully as I can to any comments or opinions in the comment section. However, as we're moving into level 2 YouTube creator status, there is the option to join the channel, completely optional, as I said, 99 pence a month. The perks for that are badges and emojis for use in the comments and chat sections. There's also going to be a priority reply service, and also there will be a regular members only poll to help shape the channel, help decide on content, and also whether there is a desire for members, viewers, subscribers to participate in more live streams and live chats, etc. So, just as I said, completely optional, no obligation. Any money that I do get through membership or super thanks will go all back into the channel for things like new IT equipment, new camera, new microphone, etc. to just make the channel that wee bit more slick and professional. However, I am still doing the channel just for fun and as a chance to keep mentally active in my semi-retirement, and also a nice chat with like-minded Celtic fans. And this is still just a fan-run channel, nothing professional, nothing with any kind of pretenses for being an expert, just an old Celtic fan of 50 odd years experience, sharing my own thoughts and opinions. So entirely optional. Join button is now available. Please do click it if you want to join the channel. If you don't, nothing else changes and we carry on as the standard channel as we do day in, day out. Now, a couple of other wee updates. Celtic have been said to be closely looking at buying Peter Vindel Jensen from Sparta Prague. The general feedback on the recent couple of videos regarding Vindel Jensen, where we weren't terribly keen on Vindel Jensen becoming the Joe Hart replacement. We've also had some feedback from a Danish fan who said he doesn't particularly rate Peter Vindel Jensen. It's about 4 years since he was part of the Danish squad. Vindel Jensen apparently was on the radar for being signed by Brondby. However, Brondby have just recently, yesterday, signed Patrick Pentz, who had been linked to Celtic on a 4-year deal at Brondby, and so Pentz won't be coming to Celtic. Koen Casteels won't be coming to Celtic. He's off to the Saudi League, and so the search for a new Celtic goalkeeper goes on and on. Now, in terms of players leaving, it's said that Celtic have set a £6 million transfer fee for Mikey Johnston. The first indications are that West Bromwich Albion are very happy to pay £6 million for Mikey Johnston, and I suspect in the next couple of weeks that deal might well go through, assuming that Mikey Johnston wants to go back to West Brom in the English Championship on a permanent basis. Another player who is very likely to be leaving the club over the next few weeks, Gustav Lagerbielke, has recently been in the Swedish press saying that whilst he's really enjoyed his time at Celtic and feels that he is a better player now than he was when he joined 10, 11 months ago. However, he is keen to have regular first-team football, and there are said to be at least 4 or 5 Italian clubs queuing up to sign him. Lecce appear to be at the head of that queue. They were very close to signing him in January. Also said to be closely watching him and keen to sign him are Genoa and Udinese, and also Frosinone, who are a Serie B club in Italy currently. All of them are keen to sign Lagerbielke apparently, and so I would suspect in the first few weeks of the transfer window, once it opens up in Italy, Lagerbielke might well be on his way to them. And one final player, surplus to requirements at Celtic, is Sead Haksabanovic. It appears that Parma, who have just been promoted into Serie A yet again, are lining up Haksabanovic to provide depth in the wide positions in their squad as they start another Serie A campaign. That just about finishes up all the news I have found going through the various different Celtic sites, fan sites and newspaper sites this morning, and so we'll leave things at that point there. As always, if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the video and had a wee look at all the other content and aspects of the channel, please do click that subscribe button. I see there is now also the join button for those who are more longer term viewers, subscribers to the channel. And as always, do feel free to click that like button if you've liked the video. It does help with YouTube analytics. And finally, as always, do feel free to pop your comments, etc. into the comment section, and I'll do my best to reply as and when I can, and as quickly as I can. So for today, goodbye and hail, hail.